Well, hello there guys and girls, I hope you're all doing bloody well. It's time for another episode of Draw with Mikey, episode 53. Welcome back. Straight off of the outset, if you guys don't know what's going on here, this is the midweek series, sometimes a Wednesday, sometimes a Thursday, where we draw whatever, usually in a sketchbook, talk about whatever, and I basically get to read through all of your comments, read out and respond to most of your comments, and it's a great way just to see what's going on with you guys at home, because it's nice to keep in touch. So a few disclaimers straight off the bat. Yeah, if you've got OCDs and your mind's getting blown right now but we're not actually drawing in a sketchbook, yeah, I do really apologise. I didn't quite fill anything into the sketchbook last week, no time, but because I was doing loads of different pieces on this UG tablet that they sent me to do that review, I thought I'd just grab some of the footage of that for a random picture what I did last week. It is Wonder Woman again, and I do apologise because I don't know why, it's just a really good topic that I kept drawing out various and equally shit, by the way, versions. This is no good piece of art right now. This is just, again, some stuff that I was getting ideas out of my head for and just putting it down. Technically not on paper, but you know what I mean, getting an idea and just making it, even if it's really rough and ready. So I do apologise, probably going to go back to the sketchbook next time because I like drawing in the sketchbook, but just getting used to that tablet and trying to work out how it fits on my desk and all of that. What the hell am I talking about? Yes, so of course, let's read what's going on with your comments and see how we get on. So the Aaron Horror Show says, dude, you're like the Da Vinci of drawing anime titties, my hero, my idol. Thank you very much, good sir. 58 likes, bloody hell. And loads of replies. For Bob Ross of Anime Boobies, says Manic Q. Thank you very much. Like, I'm keeping this channel clean. Like, you see a few boobs, and I do admit I had to re-upload the Widowmaker and Diva SAS episodes because they got flagged in YouTube's big cleaning purge thing that they did. So I've put them up recently, and I guess that next to the Wonder Woman fan art that we did makes it look a little bit boobtacular, but the next fan art that I'm doing is not over-sexualized whatsoever. So it's like I've thrown in a bit of the old school when titties were those big mitties, but like it's going more of the art direction. We're going to keep it cleanish. I like something to be a little bit risky because, you know, screw society. But yeah, I'm kind of right now, not in this particular image that you can see in Photoshop. I'm trying to use this tablet screen, and a lot of you guys must be aware of an artist called Zeronis. Really incredibly skilled, does characters with quite long necks, but has a really particular drawing style. This really weird glossy, like, I don't know, shiny card texture paper layer feel to his characters. So I'm going to try to just engage with that style a little bit more. I don't know what his techniques are, but I think I've got an idea of how to replicate them to some degree and do another character next time around. So this weekend, hopefully, because as you know, my plans always go to shit, we need to do the part 2 for the real-time drawing tutorial, inking the Cindy fan art. I think I've mentioned this before, and I also before didn't get it up in time. So we're going to get that out of the way, and then next time we'll do a fan art piece, but just really mixing up the style, basically because I'm really just trying to search for, like, that Wonder Woman thing. I really enjoy doing that. That takes like 8 hours, something like that. At least it's a really long time to create one piece, which is kind of fine when you've got loads of layers and you can use it in loads of ways. But it's not like a piece that I'm doing for somebody. It's not a commission, so it doesn't make me any money, but it does use up a lot of time, even though I enjoy doing it. So I'm going to just try to get into an art style, something a bit rougher and more ready, something that I can kind of get done in about 3 or 4 hours. That would be the perfect target, just so I get a bit more time back. But yeah, so basically, expect a different style that's not so heavily boob focused for next episode, perhaps. Tony Bambino says, Women. Oh yeah. So, I mean, I'm really sorry, guys. I'm really quite tired right now. I've been editing another Game of Thrones video all into the evening. I've been doing this for the last 3 evenings and like not getting the sleep I should. And then I've just realised I need to get the audio for this and say hello to you guys to upload the video for next time round. But when I was quickly uploading the Wonder Woman thing from last time, I just completely didn't even double check what I was doing, just typed in the title, published it, and went back and did something else. And then I went back and realised I just spelt like Wonder Women or something like that, like too many M's, which all of you guys immediately caught and started riffing on me for. So well done, everybody, for A, being in a notification squad and getting in so bloody early. I'm very impressed. And of course, pointing out when I make a mistake, because that's what all good friends do. So yeah. Oh, Maria Jackson wants to know if I'm going to make a tutorial on Wonder Woman. an actual Tuto. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I mean, we need to pick new subject matter now. Wonder Woman's old news. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, the feminist movement happened and it's gone, and now DC is all about the Justice League, and all the good that Wonder Woman probably did as a film is probably going to dissipate and disappear. Hi Rabbit says, I got this character for my comic in mind, and my sister has a perfect body type for this character, but she just won't pose nude for me. Guess I'll just have to sneak photos of her while she's in the shower. God, I hope I don't get caught. Wish me luck, guys. Good luck, Hi Rabbit. You're going to end up in a counselling session, I'm sure. And Exodus 2017 says, you sound like a rapist. But yeah, you know, all good bants. I'm sure. I'm really hopeful it's just banter, but you never know. Like, I'm genuinely not encouraging you to take photographs of your sister naked, just in case you genuinely might try to do that. Basically, if a police interview you, don't mention my name. That's all I ever ask. Don't ever mention me in the note. That's the key to life. Chris Gaming says, hi, and how do you record your drawings? Because I'm trying to record me drawing, but it's not working out. And Cursed Artistry, who knows the score, says, perfectly placed coat hangers holding a phone pointed at the desk. He's not kidding, bro. One coat hanger, which is like taped to the wall behind a monitor. So the little coat hanger curve hooks into another coat hanger that sticks out parallel over the monitor. And indeed, I just put the phone on there and record using this microphone to get those sweet audio tones. Shadanjeet Singh says, for Wonder Girl on the right is looking so fucking cool, man. I hope I could reach that level of drawing. I'm really glad you liked that last drawing. Like, that last drawing in a sketchbook was not a good drawing. It's very kind of you, obviously, but it was just me, again, much like the one that you're seeing right now on screen, digitally. It was just, I have an idea in my head and I just want to get it on a sketchbook. You know, you can come back to an idea like that much later in a day. Once you've got it out your head, you don't have to remember it. So I just wanted like old style Wonder Woman and new style Wonder Woman, but both as anime characters together. Maybe one tying up the other, something like that, I don't know. But that was kind of just a thing, and then I've got a really shit version of it down in a sketchbook, but then it's just logged and I can come back to that and maybe work on it. This time round, the idea that was in my head was that kind of rope of truth, because it's got a really nice yellow glow to it. I was like, what if Wonder Woman is like, you know, some sort of trapeze artist, or gets tied and knotted in it and ends up like in a weird position with all the rope and stuff. Not in like a sexualized kind of, you know, tied up bondage thing, but a bit more of a kind of like gymnast hanging from rope kind of thing instead. And again, it's not going to be a great picture, this one. Obviously, I know what it looks like. I've done it. But it gets the idea down somewhere so I don't have to have it rattling around in the back of my mind. Such is the magic of a sketchbook, and why they're such good things. Chasen161 says, it makes me sad how I can't draw like you. I try so hard to draw the head, and even I just can't. Along with this, I have a sloppy handwriting skill, so it's impossible for me. I wish I could draw like for you. Unhappy faces. Don't feel sad, says Mr. Magnificent. I'm so sad, Gandalf. So are all who come to see such times. You practiced for years, and you seem to just be starting out. Take it easy in practice. Correct. Absolutely. Nzilla says, hi, Mikey. Hello, Nzilla. Good evening. How you doing? Oh, by the way, if I haven't said it yet, don't know if you can hear that, cup of coffee, even though it's really late at night, it's a bad idea. But I've got more work to do after recording this. I'm rendering something in the background to do more editing. What has happened to my life? Whatever it is, it tastes like delicious coffee. Enzilla, what are you saying? I just thought I'd drop a comment to say hi because I realised I hadn't commented in a while. Welcome back. Thank you for saying hello. Plus, I was wondering if you could do a video explaining the different layer types in digital art and how their qualities differ and how to use them, etc. E.g., what is the difference about a clipping layer than a normal one? And also, remember a while back I asked if you had any original characters. You said you did. Are you ever going to do a video on one of them? Maybe a DWM when you draw your... Read more. Click. Characters for a manga I'm working on. It's quite a long comment. Yeah. Oh, and you say it yourself, fucking essay of a comment. Right, it absolutely was. Watch videos all the time, love them all. Thank you very much for all the very kind things. And you've got your own characters for a manga you're working on as well. That is awesome. Will I get round to doing the ones that I've got in my head and in another sketchbook? Yeah, in good time, I'm sure. Absolutely. There'll be a phase one day where something terrible will happen, and I'm sure I won't have a day job or a house, and I'll just be like some hobo living off the street drawing manga to make ends meet. Oh man, that's a great story. I like how that sounds. I don't like the reality of what it implies, but I really like the rhythm of how that sounds. So yeah, we'll get to it and get back to the original characters and stuff and ting. Layers and the different things in Photoshop. Actually, You're not going to see any of that in this video, by the way. When I'm trying to make like a kind of impressive-ish piece or something like that, I have like a few key points that I kind of use. And when it comes to the different layer properties in Photoshop, almost everything is normal. I use solid color layers to make like a false clipping mask, not a real one. That might sound odd to hear, but basically like I have a base layer of colors and they act as a clipping mask by using the lasso select tool for all of the other layers that I put on top for the shading and stuff. And then the only other things I tend to use are a multiply layer to get loads of good shadows in, but make sure you use like color tone still even there to give it some pump, and a color burn layer, I think it is, so that your line work can actually become part of the shading and feature work of your upper layers. I hope that makes some sense. But yeah, there's only a few that I personally tend to dive in for. There's lighten layers and all sorts of things, but I don't usually go for them that much, believe it or not. And then a bit of blur and a bit of bling and a few like veneers and what's the other term? Not scene layers. You know what I mean. When it's black. Oh god, what's it called? I'm going to open Photoshop in another window whilst we get on with this, and I'll come back to you. Axio Watt says, "Yo Mikey." Hello Axio, thanks for your advice on shoulders, it immediately helped. I'm steadily working on them and the muscles in the arms. On a side note, have you been watching season, oh god, Photoshop's just opened up and just covered the thing, story of my life. On a side note, have you been watching season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead? I probably should have asked this a week ago. Right now the show feels like the beginning of season 5 of The Walking Dead, hashtag hardcore crew. No I have not. Talked about this a really long time ago, I'm sure. Or maybe I just talked about it to somebody. You know when maybe I talked about it to somebody in real life. You know when you're so tired and you have no idea what's real. So I gave Fear the Walking Dead season 1 a go. I can barely remember it. I remember some guys got a heroin addiction. I was barely interested. And then season 2 was a bit more interesting. They're on a boat, and I struggled to be invested. It just never caught my attention the way The Walking Dead has. Fear the Walking Dead is there was nothing, so I don't know how to put it, but I was like, there's nothing about that which brings anything new to the table. And I get it in paper, like it's just like, oh, if you want more of The Walking Dead, how about Fear the Walking Dead? But what I love about The Walking Dead are its characters, and in Fear the Walking Dead, I don't really care about any of those characters. Okay, so the heroin kid now is like really used to covering himself in blood and guts and just hanging around with all the zombies. Great. But other than that, no. And The Walking Dead has all the good kind of looking zombies and deals with society and stuff. But Fear the Walking Dead is just like covering old ground, I feel. Whereas a completely separate zombie series or a completely separate unrelated zombie movie brings its own versions of zombies to the table, its own versions of a world that's kind of collapsed and stuff like that. So that's not me bitching about it. Obviously, it's obviously a very well-made show and quite popular, but that's just me kind of maybe explaining a little bit why it's never quite come around for me. What am I doing with Photoshop? Oh yeah, let's open up a thing. You can't see any of this. You're just watching the ever so slightly time-lapsed Photoshop thing I've done. But I'm now separately on a completely different screen. And what was that thing? Oh, this is gonna drive me nuts, isn't it? Oh, I've got it. It's screens. It's screens and overlays. That was the word I was searching for earlier. If you can piece together my rambling brain, then you've got it. Well done. So, what else have we got going on? King of Dongles says, right now I'm staying up all night to work on a drawing for my dad for Father's Day tomorrow. It's the Exxon refinery in Billings where he works. Oh, very, very cool. So, happy Father's Day to anyone who has a child. Happy Father's Day to anyone who has a father. Equality. Well done, I hope that went nice and well. I know what it's like to stay up all night. And Stephen Cabrera says, I started the video, opened my sketchbook, started to practice basic human anatomy poses, realised I was hungry and shaky, then spent the rest of the video making and eating some breakfast. Still enjoyed it. Ah, Cabrera, well, I hope you got a little bit done, and I hope you enjoyed your breakfast. Yargamer Yami says, what, Mikey? What up, Yargamer1? I always draw of you playing in the background. Check out my Instagram. 2, I love a movie called A Dog's Purpose. I think I know what you're going for there. Very purpose. Very touching movie that I didn't expect to love so much. Number sign hardcore crew. Good, I like that. And 4, love a Wonder Woman movie. It's an epic old versus new look drawing that you did. Epic, thank you very much. Good sir, keep up the good work, bruv. Again, I will do my best. Thank you, sir. Wonder Woman movie wasn't perfect, but it was just very, very good by DC standards. But you know, every single review out there on the internet saying the exact same thing about it. And obviously you can always listen to my podcast about that with my mate Ken. Dream Network says, what's the name of the snake demon person you mentioned in this video? I'm interested in checking out their channel. And Shibakan says it's Snake Demon. Wait, what? What the hell was I talking about? A snake demon person? I'm just gonna... Can't even remember last episode. Episode 52. Oh no, I've clicked the wrong button and I'm gonna lose all your comments. Wait, everybody. So, I haven't mentioned this in a while. As you guys know, if you follow along, this is like not a professional, excuse me, background noise, not a professional setup. As in I don't bother editing any of this. I just read through your raw comments and just make mistakes. And you just got to, brilliant, I'm back. I'm back on your comments. Snake Demon? What? What are you talking about? Snake Demon, Control C, Google, paste, enter. Snake Demon, images, sip. No, I've got no idea. Whatever that particular topic or conversation was, it's gone from my mind. Hexatech Kid says, how smooth is your hand when it comes to drawing sketches? Hexatech, very smooth with pencil, slightly less smooth with pens that I'm unfamiliar with. Very unsmooth when I'm using a tablet, I've noticed. But I've got this tablet upright, whereas I probably need to use it flat or lean over it or get the angle right. A little bit smoother these days with my Wacom Cintiq, but getting a smooth hand line on the tablets is 5 times at least harder than doing it on paper for me. So it really mixes around, and everybody, like, if you can't get the smooth line you want, do loads and loads of really light lines and loads of really light strokes until you build up slowly a much smoother overall line to kind of get the types of curves and bits that you're after. Moonwar Warp says, can you draw an Overwatch character like Diva, Tracer, May, Mercy or Sombra? Well, Moonwar Warps, hasn't it been your lucky beginning of a week whilst I've been re-uploading Diva and Widowmaker? Tracer, I've done ages ago. It's somewhere in the SAS playlist. May, Mercy and Sombra. They need to be done. They do need to be done one day. Obviously, that Overwatch is kind of the main craze of it. It's long since passed, but I would still like to tackle some of those characters. Lord First says, by the way, the one with the back is a bit too arched, no matter her back is broke. Yes, it is. I'm telling you, this isn't a very good drawing. Very kind remarks from all of you, but it's just an idea in a sketchbook. Application says, thanks, Mikey. That was actually very helpful advice. You're welcome, sir. I can't remember. Hadn't ever thought about the silhouette before. Oh, I remember. I've always tried to do chibi styles and decide what are the essential parts of a character's design. Also, I love your Wonder Woman pics. The speed paint was beautiful. By the way, you say my name is Applications. It's just a joke. Oh, I get it. I get it now. It's because you've got like a picture, I think, of an apple or something with a face. So my brain just sticks with apple instead of Apply. I'll give you a break because no one gets my name right. Thank you very much, sir, for letting me laugh in real life or on the net. The movie that really surprised me was Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. That, sir, is a very good film. A very, very well edited and very well directed. Honestly thought it was going to be some dumb kick-ass rip-off meets a rom-com, but damn, didn't it just blow my mind with all the cartoonish accents, action and the weird love story. By the way, I got to say, your channel is so helpful for me when it comes to motivation to draw. Thank you very much. I'm always really pleased to hear that. Keep doing the DWMs. Keep it up. Hardcore crew. Can I do Kid or Mickey from Chrono Cross? Oh, Chrono Cross. Well, I'll be a little bit of a... Let's remind me. That was the PlayStation game that was kind of not quite a sequel to Chrono Trigger. Chrono Cross Kid. And, like, it was still a free character setup. But, like, you tried to chain or combo for attacks? I've got a vague memory. Yeah, we can add her to the to-do list for the future. God, was Chrono Cross any good? Like, is it actually worth tackling as an RPG, everybody? I would love to know, because I had a go very briefly at it, but I never really committed. I think I got to a point where you can pick up, like, an ancillary character, and I got, like, a magician who just floats around, and I realised that I wasn't sure if I might have wanted the other character, and then I never played it again. Chrono Cross. God, did I rent that on CD back in the day from Blockbusters before they all shut down? Fuck, memories. Wally Otaku says, hey, what's up, Mikey? Hello, Wally. I don't have Facebook right this second. What's your frigging Gmail? Anyway, have a good day, mate. Hashtag hardcore crew. My Gmail, should I give it out? It's fine. You can find it on YouTube. It's, wait, what is it? mikeymegamega@gmail.com. Don't spam me, please. Oh, I fucking hate spam. Wait, why would you want it? Oh yeah, you can always say hello, but people do drop me emails on there. This is weirdly enough the best place for me to read your comments. Facebook, I won't read your comment for months, even though it's really lovely on there and I do reply. And Gmail, to be honest, is mostly for commissions. People get in touch about that. They get in touch, they ask me for a commission. I tell them I'm too busy to do commissions and commissions aren't open. They say they really want a commission. I make it really expensive. And then some of them back off and then some of them still want it. So then I've got to draw it. But proper commissions, I'm going to be doing a commissions is open video in late July. Why July, Mikey? You sleepy bastard. Simply because I'm doing all of the Game of Thrones cram videos. And Game of Thrones Season 7's out in middle of July, middle of next month. So if I get all these out the way for then I'm done. I don't have to do that because that's like 3 evenings a night that it's squeezing in and taking up everything else. I'll still be cramming the odd film. Maybe tackling The Walking Dead, I don't know. But it will mean I'll have some time back to do some commissions, which would be nice and good. Eternal Leznov. I used to deal with a problem you talked about in the heat and background noise, and then I started sleeping during the daytime when it's not as hot and doing stuff whilst it's cool and silent at night. And yeah, you can do that, but it doesn't work very well when you have a day job, but that's the only challenge there. As a side note, I wanted to point out that every time you tell us to study by looking at people, I always see the scene of getting asked why I'm staring at girls at weird angles, only to respond with, I'm studying, damn it! Yeah. There's that. You've got to be careful when you're just staring at people, but observe the world around you, most definitely. Damien, the artist who draws without guidelines, is Kim Jong-ji. I must have struggled for his name, but yes, he is. I follow him on Twitter, and he's got like a second account, which I think is populated by a lot of his students and studios artwork. Really definitely worth a follow. Like, what goes up in there is just so bloody good. Joy Bremner, I watched your How to Draw Hands and tutorial. Is it Yori Bremner? There we go. Hands tutorial some time ago. My skills on that subject are getting better, but I have troubles with ears. Can you do an ears tutorial? That is a very good suggestion, so we can add that to the future. Peyton Sand says, draw a Nemesis from Smite. She's right up your alley. Let's go Control C, as ever. Chrono Cross Kid. Oh, I'm going to leave that tab open to remind me for later. New tab, enter. Nemesis from Smite. She looks like... Oh, she's got no eyes. Well, her eyes are covered. She's like Justice, but like a warrior. What is... I have no idea what Smite is. And it looks like a secondary costume makes her look like Mercy, but a purple version. I should tackle some Smite characters. Love to be a fucking... just character artist for video games, or like a concept artist. That's a fucking dream. It might be a really horrible industry to work in, but it's Mikey's dream. Yeah, absolutely. Let's add that to the list. That's a totally fine thing. That tab's going to get left open as well. Good stuff. Thank you for the suggestions. PRW256. I love the drawings and I'm learning something from each one, but I could do with a lot fewer F-bombs. Thank you very much. PRW256. No apologies. This midweek series isn't like a high-end kind of thing. Like for tutorials, I try to keep that nice and clean because I want everybody to have a go. The how to draw, like the draw simple easies as well, and whatever other things that we come out from time to time. This midweeker though, this is just the casual zone. Like it's unprofessional. There's swear words, spoiler alerts, whatever. We'll talk about anything. So you got to take the pain, mate. Otherwise, just avoid the DWMs. I can't help you. Barney Toastmaster says, gonna get some Spider-Man drawing in for the new movie. You can do a gender bend if you want. Maybe I do want to. Maybe I will. Good thing about Spider-Man is, Spider-Man is, excuse me, just ruffling some tissue in the background. Spider-Man is, how to put it? Spider-Man is like Attack on Titan drawings before there was Attack on Titan. Hopefully that's going to make sense to some of you. With Attack on Titan, you could draw a character there in almost any motherfucking pose you want to, like really anything. And as long as you just put it that they were flying through the air using their gear system and draw a couple bits of ropes coming out of their steampunk stuff, then it looked like it made sense. And before that, you couldn't really draw anime characters just in weird angles and positions, like without any context, except Spider-Man, because Spider-Man you could always draw in equally weird messed up positions and just make out that he's, web slinging and rope slinging about the place. So Spider-Man, Attack on Titan, shared universe, drawing-wise? I don't know, but we'll make it work somehow. In the far, far future, one of the giants will be a Spidey giant. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Lily Madison says, I love you. Also, you're so good at drawing. Thank you very much, Lily. Love you too. Even though, you might be a man and or woman. In either case, it's still fine. Platonic love. Seth Tone said, hey, Mikey. Hello, Seth. I had a question. For the longest time, things have been going downhill in life. Oh, dude. And I find it hard to get out in life and talk to people, let alone find another job or make any friends. Oh shit, mate. Well, you know, you can always hang out around here. That's totally fine whenever these videos coming up. A line of problems got me to this point. Not trying to bitch, lol, but drawing has been one of my only things keeping me motivated. Yes, sir. Drawing is some lovely escape when you got some challenges. Just get stuck into some artwork. I want to draw out a manga or a story of a life I wish I could have with a creative plot and a manga narrative. Have you ever had a powerful situation or emotion but drastically improve your... Read more. Click. Motivation to improve your artwork. Life situations that motivate me to improve my art. Oh god. There's life situations like good ones tend not to make you particularly creative. Bad situations or challenging stuff that you've got to deal with in life can help you motivate concepts, ideas and stories a bit more. When you come across something awesome, that's not really a life situation but just really awesome input, or like you see visuals that really stimulate you, that can feed into what you want to create a lot. But I find challenges, you kind of, I don't know, sometimes it feels like you just want to get art done despite them, or use it as a bit of an escape from them, I'd say. So drastically improving the motivation. Oh yeah, having to pay rent, the possibility of having to like move out your house and stuff, it means that you suddenly realize you want to get even better, even quicker, so you can hit like better audiences. Like you want to be quicker. This is all from me now. I want to be quicker at the art that I draw, which is why I'm kind of playing around with different art styles, so if I can do it more often and more regularly and work and earn off of it instead of doing like single core pieces that take absolutely ages. Because yeah, at the bottom of the rung, you've got to just feed yourself and get stuff done. So that's probably a motivator. You know, losing your house and stuff like that. Great work as always. Your videos have helped me greatly for a long time. Thank you very much for the kind words, Seth Tone. And yeah, life is a challenging thing for a lot of people. Just keep getting stuck in. It will get better eventually, I'm sure. Bear Sound says, Ghost Train is from Final Fantasy VI. Great game. Yes, Bear Sound. Thank you very much for reminding me. Also, I love Chrono Trigger. So many things are on point. As a musician, I especially love the music. It's great and super well composed. Oh, wow. So I must... One of you guys, you must have mentioned Chrono Cross earlier for that SAS, because we talked about Chrono Trigger a bit last week, one of the Squaresoft games close to my heart. Yeah, it was a really good game, really good rhythm. Thanks for the great video, Mikey, hashtag hardcore crew. You're welcome. Obviously this one, I feel really bad that it's not a sketchbook. How weird is that? I'm so used to filling in a sketchbook. Obviously this one is like a late night sleepy Mikey monologue. It's like I haven't got much pump, I'm just like dazed. It's really hot in the UK right now. Like my room is a fucking oven. I'm watching one screen where like some videos render so I can continue working on them through the night, using this rendering opportunity as some downtime to just, you know, say what's going on with you guys. Chill out, say hello. Coffee. It's just that one girl says it took him 1 minute and 46 seconds to realise we couldn't see anything. Oh, maybe you're just talking about that picture last time. Oh, that was always going to be the case. What I did is just really loosely sketched out some building blocks in pencil. But because it wasn't like a tutorial, I wasn't doing it particularly hard. It wasn't going to show up on a camera phone, I'm sure. And I really didn't care. Because then I went into the ink to actually start using those building blocks to place out where I was putting the figures. But yeah, like, I don't think that pencil showed up very well in a thing, which is weird. Because usually in the tutorials, if I'm not time-lapsing it, it's really nice. Well, it's clearer now than it used to be at the very least. Inked says, I listen to it when I need to work at my integrated test. I always end up glued to my second monitor. Oh, I always end up glued to my second monitor watching your amazing drawings. Thank you very much, Inked. That's very kind to say. And Extra Terrorist says, to answer the last video, I hate trying to be symmetrical, especially for faces, contour hands, and a lot of inanimate objects. My question to you or anyone is, have you ever seen the E3 event? And if so, what games are you excited about? No, I haven't seen the E3 event. And why? Because, like, I'm not up to date with video games. I can't keep up. I just, you know, I'm not a young man. I don't know what's hip with you kids. I've got some excellent PlayStation 3 games that I haven't even managed to take out of their cases yet, but I still want to catch up with. A couple, like, PS4 games, because I need to have a go at them. Final Fantasy 15 stopped. And to be fair, like E3 2015, I think is when they announced the Final Fantasy VII Remake. So that peaked for me. I don't need to hear about other video games until the Final Fantasy VII Remake actually comes out. That's what I'm all about. In the meantime, though, I don't know. I'm really curious about that Zelda game on the Switch. Apparently, it's the best Zelda since Ocarina of Time. That's about all that comes to mind. Yeah, so no, I'm not down for them new games. I bet there's some fucking amazing ones out there, but I just don't know what they're up to. Let me know. What are the new best games from E3 that I should be excited about? Or basically, I'll kind of be interested in and watch somebody do a Let's Play on eventually. Yeah, let me know. Jamal Monroe says Power Rangers. And Adam J1023 says The Accountant. Ian Now says, looking at those big fat juicy titties. I don't know what these questions are answering. I don't know what kind of question we asked last time. And Dr. Hook says, love your channel, Mikey. While I was watching this video, I created a new... Oh, I know what I ask. I tend to ask, like, what are you doing? What are you watching? What are you up to? Brilliant. Love your channel, Mikey. Whilst I was watching the video, I created a new desk for me to do my drawings on. It's much more comfortable than what I had before. Proper workspace is in fact important, and I know that now. You are correct. You need to get your room or your workspace like straightened out, sorted, so you can get into the zone. After that, I was all done and I sat down and recreated an NSFW centaur that I found from an amazing artist who draws a ton of not fit for work things. I use his stroke her drawings for my own character's body proportions because it's just easier to see the body when there's less clothes on top to hide it. Yeah, there is always that, Dr. Hook. I'm going to question the legitimacy of your medical qualifications there. Garrick Fole says, or Powell, your videos are always awesome. Your commentary is also always golden, bruv. Cheers, bruv. Thank you very much. Good, sir. I've been practicing with the hands and hand gestures for like 2 weeks straight now. Sitting for longer than an hour is hard, though. Had a motorbike accident in November last year. Lost my left leg. Damn it. All stops me from drawing for longer. With you, Mikey. Oh, Garrett, Paul, mate. Fuck, that sucks. And I know exactly, well, I have both my legs, so I don't know exactly how fucking shitty that must be. But I like, there's a completely side story as to why I have a motorbike right now that I can't ride, but it's just fucking pisses me off to talk about it. But I've been riding motorbike on and off for a fair whack of a while, and I had a horrible crash myself, which involved me kind of like hitting a few different vehicles down a road in the rain, and then like colliding a little bit with like one of those international freight lorries coming the other way. I'll do a story time one day. Story time! I got raped by an Uber driver? No, it's nothing like that. But basically, sorry, it's a really bad reference. But basically, like, yeah, like, that fucked my back for a bit. Like, my head nearly went under the wheels of this, like, massive, you know, lorry thing coming the other way. And apparently, this is what the police tell me, is that as my head was just about to kind of, like, fall down into the road as I went into the other lane and just go under the fucking tyres, my helmet clipped the mud flap of the set of tyres before it. And I was at such pace, it took off the mud flap from the back of this truck and then just like slightly realigned my body as it was skidding down the road so that I just kind of went lengthways and the tyres just rolled past me as they went up the road and I didn't go under it, didn't like lose my head or my arm. So yeah, very, very close. There's not much you can do when the police come in and tell you the story of why you're still alive when you're in hospital. You just kind of go, oh shit, thanks. So yeah, that fucking sucks and recuperation is hard and my back was fucked and my legs were doing really weird things. It's all better now because it was a long, long time ago, but I had a stand-up job back then and it was a fucker. So yeah, drawing for more than an hour is tough stuff, especially like when you've got like body situations you need to keep moving or it's like very difficult to get comfortable and get back in the zone. But just keep at it and you'll find your place again, dude, no worries. Sweg Wolf says, I'm drawing an octopus for a commissioned thumbnail whilst listening to this. Don't ask why. Hashtag hardcore crew. I always like seeing what you're doing or like asking what you're up to. That's always good. I hope your octopus is somehow safe for work. I do get scared when people tell me they're drawing stuff like this on this channel. Developed a very particular type of crowd here. Manly Gamer says, hashtag hardcore crew. Holy hell, you read my comment. And I figured you'd see the vibe I was getting on with Iris. Anyway, I'd say Doctor Strange was something I expected to be horrible when I went to see it. A lot of Marvel movies before then had disappointed me, so I didn't really have high hopes, but I was pleasantly surprised. Manly Gamer. I think I was the other way around, as in, how to put it? I was really pleasantly surprised with Doctor Strange. Visually, it's one of a few films I'd say it's absolutely worth watching in IMAX 3D. It's an incredible sight. The more I thought about it, especially because I did a podcast review on that film, the more I thought about it, the more I realised it's, in terms of the core story and the character development and stuff, it's actually pretty weak. Like he's a very poorly developed and processed character in terms of the hero's journey. if you want to get like really snobby about it. So not the best Marvel, but I still absolutely enjoyed it nonetheless. I definitely think it's a good film. I just don't think it's their best one out there. Don't ask me what the best is, I haven't thought about it. But yeah, it's a good one, but it's just not as great as I thought it was the moment I came out of the cinema. Zach Dobson, you're the best. I got into drawing because of you. Thanks, you're the best. Oh, you double dropped, you're the best. Thank you very much, good sir. Right back at you, as always. Very kind to read in the middle of the night. And Dragon Law Studios says, hey Mikey, hello Dragon Law. Since it's been a while, I actually commented in the video, even though I watch them all. So as far as I've been working on, I've had a weird urge to design rats and spiders and stuff in my world. That has been a horrible process. I hate spiders, yes, and I keep scaring myself. Spiders are terrible. Hashtag Hulk Crew. I'm not sure if there's ever been a movie that I thought would be bad and was really good. Oh, was that the question? It's all come flooding back. Was I asking you what films you thought would be terrible and turned out to be really good? Let's scroll back up. So, Jamal Monroe, you're saying Power Rangers you thought would be awful and it turned out to be good. Adam J 1023, you went to watch The Accountant with Batman and it turned out to be better than you thought. Oh, now I understand. It's all come back to Mikey's mind. I've put the links together. I'm a starving artist, so I don't get to the movies often, says Dragon Law. Oh, I'm very sorry. Crimson Lawheart basically asked me not to ever do again a thing I did last time. I know what you're talking about. And Scott Martin says, Chrono Trigger is easily my favourite game on the SNES. Combo limit breaks, multiple endings, so replayable. Yes, I feel you. Loba Raptor says, could you draw Camilla from the Fire Emblem Fates? She has a very Mikey character design, if you know what I mean. Oh dear. Let's go. Control C. One more tab. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-doo. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Yes, she does. I'm leaving that tab open as well. Oh, she's got an axe or a halberd as well. Yeah, that'll go on the list. Definitely. So what I am going to do right now, because obviously I have your comments in really random orders. Sometimes it's most popular first, sometimes it's order in or just whatever it's displayed as. And we always kind of get through and I get to the end and have to speed through. So now I've kind of done a lump from the top. I'm now actually just expanding all of the comment section. Oh shit, there's way more comments than I thought of. And now I'm going right to the bottom and let's work our way up. Lizzie Janty, Midnight Killer, Ryder 2KX, Eric Briseda, LPS, Juliana, and Mr. Clean. All sort of basically say nice and hello and got there really quickly. All reminded me that I spelled women wrong before I got it changed. Zenio list for player XTP. Zenio says Wonder Women. Wonder Women? Yeah, that name was a real challenge for me. And Hokamo News says, dude, one of these days you have to draw Fox Girls. From Star Fox N64 or just like, what's it called again? Gajinka or furry stuff? I don't know. Maybe we will. JD Birdie says, I can draw noses. Well done, you good sir. And Quaz Artist says, I don't want to be that guy, but what happened to the inking for Cindy? I thought you were going to do an ink and colour it in real time. I was really excited. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, man, I'm so sorry to let you down. We will be coming back to that, hopefully. Hopefully, no promises. Hopefully this weekend. We'll definitely get it out of the way. Definitely, maybe, possibly not. Definitely. Definitely intend to. We're going to do it. Gilliam Conclave Diaz says, why does the intro have a horror vibe to it? Yeah, it's from, I think, the beginning of Dream is Collapsing, a song from the Inception soundtrack by Hans Zimmer. It has a very particular vibe to it. That said, could you do Star Fox characters? Yeah, there's more Star Fox Askos. Let's Control C that. Just going to put that in the other thing. That's another tab as well, just to remind me when I wrap up everything whilst I sort out the audio. Clyde Goodwin, I watch your YouTube channels. Which YouTube channels do I watch? Oh, that's going to be a video. I'm going to answer that question separately. So I'm going to do a video about the YouTube channels I tend to watch or follow. Not as many of them are art-based as they should be. So I'm going to do one that's like, what art-based YouTube channels do I watch? And then just separately, what YouTube channels do I watch all the time for various reasons? I'm a bit of like a sad fanboy, even though I'm an old man for. So yeah, I'll do that kind of thing, especially now that we're in a period leading up to Christmas where you have to do like countdown videos. That's the thing that the guy at YouTube tells me to do all the time, which I never do. Kronos32 is not first. Portabat says, I need a name for an alliance of assassins in the present day for a comic. Please help me out. It's for a comic and you will not hold the rights to the name. Good caveat, Portabat. You know me too well. A League of Assassins. I don't know, like, because whenever you've got a thing, it's always, you just take a group or a word or an adjective or something, and then you just put the in front of it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's the alliance, it's the order, it's the lubricators, the name what you see, the controllers, the styluses. I don't know. These are actually really, really shit names. So maybe your League of Assassins should be something else based on its history. Like, imagine like the Fong Sayuk videos with the Red Flower Society and stuff like that. Maybe yours could be not the Order, or, you know, the Mark, or the League of, like, you know, the League of the Sand or something like that, the Shadow Tower people, or have it like, I don't know, the Closed Tea Society. I don't know what it is, but like, it's got to be a name that's like innocuous and doesn't sound really fucking cool, and then you make it really fucking cool because of the people that name refers to. Do you know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. That's how you make it fucking good. You know what I mean? Like, you could call them like the Friendship Club, but you could make that club like a fucking sinister thing, because like, if you're not their friend, they'll fucking kill you and stuff like that, and it becomes like a really creepy name. So have a think about it, good sir. Exodus 2017, is that a new intro? I've had it for like a good handful of episodes so far, but it is newish, so yeah. And ASDFGS HKO umlaut A umlaut YXCVB, and you need a better name, says, I don't get proportions when I foreshadow things. It is... we were talking about foreshadowing instead of like getting perspective and stuff like that. I'm sure this came up a while ago. Longfang72, love Chrono Trigger and all Final Fantasy as well. Yes, Sid is in 6, also 4. Ghost Train is in part 6. The thing I like best of a CT is the multiple endings. Plenty of replay value. Yes, of course. Vince Torres says, good job. Radical Dreamer says, please someday do Mako Shirai. She's worth it. Let's do another Control C into a new tab and put it over here. Oh, is this Prison School? I've never watched, seen, or read it, but just from being on the internet, I'm very aware of some of the characters from it. How are we doing for time? Oh shit, we're coming towards the end of the episode. I've just been chilling out, not checking the times. Okay, we're going into Lucky Dip Zone, you lovely people. Typo Dude says, oh my god, thanks for all your help. I have another question. When you do your Draw with Mikey videos, how do you end up with such a clean yet loose sketch? Like, on one of them, other than this one, you have 0 guidelines and still got the proportions right. Everything's just in place. How do you do that? Maybe a tutorial in the near future? Hashtag hardcore... Hashtag hardcore crew on all of your vids. Hashtag sip of tea. Hashtag I love tea. Hashtag you are my inspiration. Thank you very much, Typo Dude. So many tags. It's all about building up your technical skill, like being able to understand where you want to place stuff and imagining the guidelines there, or just if you've got a really vivid imagination where you can clearly see what you want and see it on the page and see it so hard that all you're really doing is tracing what you're already seeing. If you can kind of reach that spot, it's ideal. I don't have that skill. I have like, sometimes I almost seem to have it, like I dip in and out. Whereas Kim Jong-ji or Kim Ji-jung, that we were talking about earlier, he very much has that skill down to a T. It's incredible. What else is going on? Estavio Smith says, yo Mikey, have you played Little Nightmares? It's a really interesting game. No, maybe we'll get back to it. Sick Dragmire says, been watching these like crazy today. It's been a while and these are just what I need to get through a 12-hour shift. Wow, you get to watch videos for all of your shift? That's incredible. Welcome, as ever. They call me Piccolo says, Mikey, please do Katarina from Tekken 7. Is she the cyborg? Another tab. See, I'm a Tekken 3 boy, so I remember Yoshimitsu. Who's Katarina? Katarina Elvez? Who the fuck is this bitch? Who the fuck is it? Right, I'm out of touch. Fuck, I'm out of touch with Tekken characters. Now I'm sad. What is her fighting? Oh, I'm not going to sit here and research her whilst I'm recording this. Oh, Jesus, I am out of touch. And I've got Tekken Tag Tournament 2 for the PS3. But that's probably so many Tekkens in the past. God knows what's happened with the characters these days. God, I hope Yoshimitsu's still in it. Viking Sire. Oh, wait, she responded to my hentai question. By the way, are you into sports anime? I read a few like martial arts anime, as in like sports martial arts. Like, is it Kyokujinsai Karateka, something like that? Maybe. But sports one in general, no. I hear Hajime no Ippos are really good and Slam Dunk's supposed to be really good. But no, they've never quite grabbed my attention and imagination. Skimming through comments just to kind of paste it in. Kid Matsuda says, can you do my favourite Street Fighter characters? Sakura, Laura Matsuda and Colin. These are all just going to go into suggestions things this evening. Another tab once again. Images. We'll come back to that. Oh, like a capoeira. She's like a female Eddie Gordo. With a half dreadlocked pair? Or like she just ran out of time? Oh, I'm not going to judge. And especially with my haircut. And Dustin Whaler says, for me, the movie I thought that was going to be crap was Batman vs Superman. I'd heard so much crap talked about it, but I actually really loved it, and I want to pick it for home eventually. The appearance of Wonder Woman was a kind of breath of fresh air, that being with Gal Gadot in general, but I think you know what I mean. I really like Ben Affleck's portrayal of Batman and his suit and all that, so I have a lot of high hopes for Justice League coming up. I saw from some previews and interactions between Batman and Aquaman. I'm excited to see how their connection grows as like brothers of war type thing. Even though Aquaman seems cocky as hell in general, I think it's going to be good. So yeah, BVS. Another one of everybody's love to hate. It's no Suicide Squad, but it's gets a lot of flack as well. And yeah, you know what? Batman's probably one of the strongest parts in it. Like Ben Affleck portrays both Batman and Bruce Wayne really, really well, because you have to have them really nailed down as two distinct characters. Because there's three versions, obviously, of like Bruce Wayne. There's three characters you have to be able to portray. So I say it like I'm an expert. There's Batman, obviously, the alter ego of Bruce Wayne. But Bruce Wayne's an alter ego as well, don't you forget. Bruce Wayne, the playboy millionaire who's just like gets a little too tipsy and like walks about the place. He's a character put on just as much as Batman is. And then you've got the real Bruce Wayne, the person who like cares. He's the person you see driving the car in the beginning of Batman and Superman into the danger zone. He's the guy you see like saving the kids and trying to get the people out of the office. He's the guy you see chilling out with Alfred, trying to make the world a better place. That's the real Bruce. So there's three different distinct versions. And he does that. And I'm very, very pleased about that. In terms of the film suffering from editing and plot and story, because it's all about a series of scenes strung together by a terrible narrative with awful, awful motivations, which undermines so much source material that could have gone in from the books. Because of that, it's not one of my favourite films. In terms of it being entertaining to watch, yeah, absolutely. I hold it up to a very high standard because it's a Batman versus Superman and there's a lot weighing on it. That doesn't necessarily mean it's not an entertaining film. It's just not a good movie in terms of editing and story as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, the Batman was great. So yeah, it is swings and roundabouts. A lot of mixed emotions there. Small Loan says, to answer the question at the end, oh my god. So I remember Stan, remember. So it was right at the end of a video. Fuck, I'm so tired. It was right at the end of a video. And I said, let's see, like, you know, it'll be interesting to see if anybody makes it this far in and actually answers this question. I didn't expect anyone in. All of you guys have gotten to it and started answering a question, which is amazing. The only arsehole who didn't remember is me, it's turned out. Fucking hell. So anyway, what you say, to answer the question at the end, I was with my ex-girlfriend many years back now. We went to see 500 Days of Summer. For some reason, I really enjoyed it. I didn't expect much of it. I only went to see it because it was a date and the film was a romantic kind of film. And ended up really enjoying it. Haha, the theme tune became our song. Cheesy, I know. God, yeah, I've seen some... When you, like, take someone on a date to the cinema, I haven't done this for a fair while, but, like, back in the day, a good few years back, like, you'll go to watch... I mean, I'm not talking about 500 Days of Summer. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. But you will just go to watch films you've got no fucking interest in because you have to do something. Do you know what I mean? You've got to go somewhere. I remember watching, like... Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit, when I took this up from work, and I remember just kind of being like, oh fuck, this movie's boring as shit at me. And then you've got to be really enthusiastic about the film over dinner because like you can't just sit there and bitch to a girl that you're trying to like get to make like you and stuff like that. Oh, so do me. Yeah, so like date films are funny because they can be shit, but like, you know, if a relationship works out, you kind of like how shit it was and you hold on to it. So good. That is all good. Right, everybody, I think that's good time. There's quite a few comments I've had to skip. I do really apologise. Loads of them are the usual stuff. I can see lots of very nice things. Bloody love all of you guys for getting involved. If you said something, of course, which is really important and I've missed it in this comment section, go ahead, copy paste it into this episode in the comments below. And of course, I will endeavour to do my best to have another catch up with you guys next week. Read through the comments, see what's going on. Hopefully the inking Cindy tutorial for this weekend. got to just do all of the stuff for the Game of Thrones crams for the other channel. And was there another thing? I feel like there was another thing. And yeah, thanks for all the suggestions as ever for other like drawings and bits and stuff and ting. And yeah, so let's do another end of the video question, which of course I personally will forget again. But some of you guys last time, one of you in fact, mentioned a couple other channels, art channels with around about just over 100k subscribers, which to be fair, the artists are way better than me. I was really pleased to see them. Yeah, what other art channels? I guess you can answer with Mark Crilly and Draw with Jazza because they're like such big ones, like, and well deserved by the way as well. Like they're absolute powerhouses. What other art channels do you follow on YouTube? So basically, I get to go and subscribe to them based on your suggestions and enjoy their artwork. I'm basically making you do the work by sifting through all these other art channels. What are your favourite ones out there? Don't say mikeymegamega because that's just really sad and pandering, and I won't enjoy your response. I want to hear about other people and what they're up to. Or are you doing an art channel, which is really good, and I want to see that as well. Thank you very much, guys, for ever as listening along. I'm sorry I've been so tired over this episode. It is an absurd hour in the morning. It's technically Thursday morning now here in the UK. It's really hot. I'm sipping my coffee. My video is 92% rendered, so I'm about to start working on some more editing. I hope you all have lovely lives. Take care.